Right, back on the road again, having stopped at that nice pub in Starbottom just for a bar snack and a break. So this is Kettlewell, and we're heading up towards Coverdale. The last time we set off from Hawes we did the Buckden trip, but when we got to Buckden the pub there had stopped serving food. So on our way back from Buckden, heading back towards Bainbridge and Hawes, we couldn't find anywhere else to eat. So in the end we ended up going all the way back to Hawes and having fish and chips in Hawes. But by then it was getting too late to eat really, so I thought on this trip we'll plan properly where to eat. So as soon as I saw the pub in Starbottom, we thought, right, that's it, we're stopping now. Can't ever recollect coming up to Coverdale, but again it's stunning scenery and the roads are great for bikes. Down at the bottom of the dale is Middleham, where all the racing stables are. Just up on the hill on the left hand side at the summit, it's called Dead Man's Hill. Legend has it that there were 3 drovers on the way down from north, having commandeered some cattle from Scotland after the Battle of Culloden, and they were on the way down to Bradford to sell the stock, and they stopped at the inn, which is on the other side of the hill towards Scar House Reservoir. They stopped there on the way, and on the way back they stopped again with the proceeds of the sale. But while they were stopping there, the innkeeper and a daughter, which was a woman called Jenny Twig, and the daughter was called Tib, got them drunk while they stayed there, and they murdered them. And they hid the remains up on the hill. But unfortunately, they couldn't catch the dog that was with them. And the dog eventually led people to the remains of the bodies. And then Jenny Twig and her daughter were tried at Pateley Bridge and were found guilty of the murder of these 3 drovers. And that's why it's called Dead Man's Hill. We're now heading back up the hill again on the opposite side of the reservoir to where we came in. It is quite steep. As you can see on the left hand side, the ground falls away quite abruptly to your left hand side down towards the reservoir. I certainly wasn't going to ride the bike on the left hand side of that track just in case I had an accident, so I made sure I kept well over to the right. And just on this bend here, I found myself in the wrong gear and I almost stalled the bike. Quite rough in parts, but that made it quite interesting. But the views from the top there are absolutely stunning, looking back over the reservoir. In parts up here it does narrow down a bit, and it's getting quite badly eroded with some quite deep ruts, so you do have to be careful riding up here. Now reached the top of Scar House Moss. We're now heading down towards Nidderdale to the village of Middlesmore and Lofthouse. Now on the last leg of our journey today, heading down the moor towards Masham. Graham in front next week is taking his bike and having it shipped from Immingham, I think, which is the port for Hull, and he's having his bike shipped over to Iceland. I think there's about a dozen of them on an Iceland trip for 2 weeks. That sounds very nice. I couldn't have picked a better day to do this Yorkshire Dales trip. Weather's been absolutely fabulous, and the views from this moor heading down towards Masham, they're amazing, because you can see right over towards the Hamilton Fells and the North Yorkshire moors. As we came down off the moor, everything, the colour of the landscape suddenly changed to green, all the heather giving way to the green bracken. Just before we head down into Masham, this is where we have to end the video. I hope you've enjoyed the video and enjoyed our travels through the Yorkshire Dales. If you have, could you please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. And thank you for watching.